Many artists, including myself, go through the emotional roller coaster of not wanting to make content. Whether it's because it eats into our time for our main passions, or the fear of coming across as cringe or cheesy. I get it. Over time, I've reframed the way I see content creation. For me, it's become an extension of my creativity and show my vision beyond just the music. So today, I'm sharing my creative process for shooting content for my music, specifically my latest single, Supergirl Power. I hope this inspires you to see content creation with a fresh lens. Let's dive in.
Feminine divine, got that Supergirl power. Energy aligned, bloom, bloom like a flower.
Okay, so before we even shoot anything, here's where the magic starts. Pre-preparation. It's all about setting the vibe and getting organized. Let's break it down. I always start out by identifying what is the energy of my song? What do I want people to feel when they see the visuals? This likely means finding some inspiration, whether that's scrolling on Pinterest, deep diving into your favorite movie scenes, watching music videos that you're inspired by. For Supergirl Power, the vibe was already super clear. The song actually was birthed out of me being super inspired by Arcane. When I was writing the song, I had this picture of this fierce, mission-driven Supergirl, like Jinx, running through the city, completing her mission. Now, it's really important to remember during this step to not get stuck. Plans don't always go perfectly, so the intention here is to get inspired and get a direction going versus becoming obsessed and stuck. So for me, outfits are everything. I'm the main character, and styling is a huge part of how I creatively express myself. So this is often one of the first things I tackle. Even if you're not a fashionista, I still recommend being intentional about the way you dress because that is a part of your brand. For Supergirl Power, I knew I wanted something edgy and fierce, but also like super heroine-like, just something super badass. I usually try on everything beforehand, lay out all the pieces down to my accessories so that on shoot day, I can hit the ground running. Location is another big piece of the puzzle, and it kind of happens alongside the styling because they need to vibe together. This could mean scouting some outdoor spots, renting a space if you have the budget for that, or just getting creative at home. Personally, I filmed in my bathtub, my shower, and my bedroom, living room, even my apartment laundry room multiple times already. So we make it work. For Supergirl Power, I envisioned sleek cityscape with a little bit of grit, some downtown parking lot vibes, and I immediately thought of the Row in downtown LA where I've been wanting to shoot for a while, which was one of these locations that I've saved and scouted to have in my pocket when the vibe aligns. I have good feelings about this parking lot space because there's plenty of space, we can be close to our car, and there's usually not that many people there. Now let's talk about shot list. Having a plan is key. Even though things might not always go to plan, it will keep you focused and save you time making decisions in editing. For Supergirl Power, I want some shots of myself running, some cool angles of me performing the song, and some other movement shots, a variety of wide shots and more close-ups to paint the picture. I like to break it down into what video these shots would be for. For example, a YouTube lyric video will likely have different shots than my Instagram reels. This way, I know exactly what I'm gonna film for each platform. Lighting can make or break your visuals and plays such a big role in conveying the energy and the vibe. For outdoors and honestly for beginners, natural lighting will be your best friend. I try to take advantage of using natural lighting whenever it fits the vibe of my song. Golden hour is always a safe bet. For indoor spaces, you might need to play around with lighting, maybe watch some YouTube tutorials on how to light a subject, the basics of lighting, and go from there.
Energy solo.
So this is where present me thanks past me for being so organized and so prepared, because guess what? Shoot days can be pretty stressful sometimes. So anything you can do to ease the load on yourself will make a huge difference. I usually like to do my makeup 3 hours before I plan on leaving for the shoot so that I have enough time and I'm not rushing. It's definitely been a big part of my journey as an independent artist to manage my stress on my filming days days because there's just so much going on. So trust me when I say preparation is your best friend. Once I'm at the location, it's go time. I pull out my shot list and start going through them. Now this is where there's so much trial and error. First of all, you might need to set up the lights, figure out the lighting, even if you're using natural light. Each shot might take a while to really achieve what you want. Sometimes you might not even get it at all, at which point you want to just pivot and try something else. But that's all part of the process, so just remember to have fun. Personally, I always aim to get the essential shots for my shot list first, and then play around and experiment if we have extra time. Some of the best ideas do come when you're just vibing on the spot, seeing what works, getting creative within the confines of the space.
Crystals on my body with the pink Bugatti. So amazing, everybody trying to copy.
When I started making content, I was so scattered. Now I organize everything as I'm importing the files into my computer. Name your files, organize them into folders, and this is where you can reference your shot list. Doing this will save you so much time and stress when you're editing. Now this is where your vision comes to life. Editing is the final touch where you can get creative. Play with keyframes, color correct, throw in some fun effects if you want. If you guys want to deep dive into how I edit my content, let me know in the comments. All right, guys, thank you for listening. I hope this inspires you to reframe how you approach your content and to create some amazing content for your music and art. Let me know what you come up with and drop a comment below if there's anything else you would like me to break down. If you found this video helpful at all, I would really appreciate a comment or a subscribe if that aligns with your spirit. Bye.